You can switch there's literally a button right at the bottom left that switches the cameras. Because I wasn't, I mean, I've never done this before. Ah. So yesterday was kind of a wash. Not a whole, but I did laundry, so it was a wash in that regard. But I didn't get to go to the storage unit because it was raining. So I'm gonna try that again today. Eating hot dogs again, of course, because it just showed you. Because they're quick and easy, and that's what I need for the most part. But how about my stuff packed from yesterday? I was packing it all, and when I got done, it had started raining like shortly before I was finished. It didn't take too long. Um, it didn't take too long to pack everything. Um, and I packed up quite a bit of stuff, which is good. I mean, there's not a whole lot of change for the most part. Something I need to throw away, so I might as well. Might as well throw away what I'm thinking about. And had a couple of things on the desk. I didn't move the desk back over here yet because I figure what I'll do. I'll just do that at the end. It'll be easier that way. So I'm just not gonna worry about it otherwise. And so today is attempt number 2 at going to storage. On top of the wash, if you will, I didn't actually wash this or my pants, the sweatpants that I'm in, or pajama pants, I guess, what they might actually be called. Not really sweatpants. I didn't wash them because they were inside my bag. They were in my luggage, and I forgot to take them out to wash them. So, I mean, I wash them every week, but I mean, it's like, I'd rather wash them every week instead of, however often. And like, I didn't even get good sleep because like my mind has been racing about this whole like next step, where to go next and all that. And I got a place picked out. And I had decided on a specific time frame based on some other information, which was I got a response back from the school about the driving test. If I want to get the driver or the instructor that I want, I'm not going to be able to do it until the 13th, which is like when I want my license, not when I want to take the test. So I'm going to hit him back up today, and I'm going to just like, well, while it is desirable to have the same instructor, this is a time-sensitive issue, so I'm going to try to, I'm going to see what my earliest option is, because I need to take care of it. I don't want to have to dump the money onto it. I'd rather just have somebody else who has a car, but at this point, excuse me, it's probably better to just get it over with. Mm. Mm. That's the Dirty Dick's hot sauce. I'm gonna show you the bottles again. They're almost done. Here's Dirty Dick's. Again. What's funny though is like it shows me the reverse, but it records it normal. So I guess whatever. But then Drunken Jerk is the other one that I'm, and like it's almost done too. And this one is relatively thick, so it's pretty much done. Probably have like one more in each. Both really good hot sauces. Drunken Jerk is, I would say, overall more flavorful. It's a marinade, but it's a spicy marinade, but it works just as a hot sauce. It's awesome. So, with the information in mind that I might have to wait until the 13th to do my driving test, which I'm just going to try to get it done sooner because, again, I need to get it done sooner. The longer I have to wait, the more it's going to cost me overall. I was looking for a spot, or I was looking at a spot on Airbnb as to where, a potential spot to look or to go to. But, and I think I mentioned it yesterday, but like the starting date is like the 3rd of January, which would mean that I would have to hit up a hotel somewhere in that process. Look those up, most of them over 120 bucks, which kind of makes sense because it's New Year's Eve and all sorts of stupid shit. So I started looking at other Airbnb options, and I found another one, and I think I may have mentioned this one too. It was like $2,500 for the whole entire thing, and I calculated it to, and the price that's listed is obviously not the whole price. It's, like the place that I'm staying at right now is listed $55 a night. But if you count all the taxes, cleaning fees, and all that extra stuff, it's like $72 a night. Well, the next one that I was checking on was just about $72 a night. I was like, all right, well, it's not cheaper. Because like this place isn't listed again, so I don't know if it's already been booked or if they're just taking the booking off and they're gonna do whatever after I'm done here. I don't know. It's essentially freelance hotel work, so they can do it however they want. Um, and that's okay anyway. I mean, like I don't want to get complacent because if I stayed here another month, I would get complacent and I would probably want to just I probably wouldn't do much of anything, and then the next month would just be a wash of just nothing. So, in a place that I'm considering, well, I've already effectively attempted to book it. I've put in the request, but unlike a hotel, you don't automatically get confirmation uh, unless they have like a quick book option or something. And this one didn't have it, and so they hit me back up almost immediately, which is usually a good sign. But it seemed like a rote response, especially because it didn't seem to match the appropriate tone compared to what I had actually said in the video or in the message of the video. This is the video that I'm saying stuff in. Because I told him that due to unexpected circumstances, I, lost housing at the end of October, and so, and I kind of put that in the middle, not straight up at the beginning or the end, but like the response is, that's great. In order to verify your information or your identity, blah blah blah, we need a picture of your passport and or driver's license, and either proof of employment or proof of funds. I'm like, well, at the very least, that option of proof of funds is a thing that I hadn't been getting in any of the listings for actual apartments and shit. But like I said, it just seemed really rote. And then I'm not really sure how I feel about that, for one. But two, there's no way to upload anything via the messaging on Airbnb. So I'm like, well, I'm pretty new to Airbnb, and I don't see an option to do that, to upload that information. Because I feel like it's better to be honest about. So okay, Here's the thing when it comes to dealing with potential scams. If you honestly think, if you really do feel like you're actually talking to a real human, but you also feel like it's a scam, you got to play things close to your chest. You can't be too obvious and you can't be too open about stuff. And the reasoning for that is if you do, it can provide information like desperation, for instance. I am in a desperate situation, but I can't let them know that. I've informed them to a degree of my desperation, but I didn't full on tell them everything. Um, Playing to your ignorances can be a strength in situations like this. Or in and I say like this because I say that it's a potential scam. Now, granted, this person had and their property has a lot of reviews. Um, they're labeled as a super host. I've read a number of the reviews. Some of them have like really bad reviews. Some of them have really great ones. Like the place that I'm currently at like has no reviews. So I've got to kind of like be that foundation. Um, but I'd highly recommend this place anyway. Um, there's some aspects to it that not ideal. Um, the dog is friendly, but at the same time, a bit too friendly. um, like I said, that one time it was early on, just crashed into me. I was running around and it just like blam, almost knocked me to my ass. And and then of course they're doing all the various construction to this building and stuff, and so that has been a thing. And at one point, and especially uh, at the end of the last month, and the beginning of this month, it was a it was a lot of construction, and it woke me up every day for a good solid 2 weeks. Um, there hasn't been much of it going on, and it definitely hasn't been going on in the morning as much. But there's like still stuff going on, and there's your backyard, but it's not really a yard. It's more like a construction yard. That's what it looks like. I mean, I can show you. I don't. There's people out there, so I don't know. Like, just pointing it at people, but I mean, like here. Let's do. Let's switch the camera around. So like, there's a patio desk, but I mean, like, it looks more like a construction yard than anything else. So there's that. Um, and I mean that's frustrating, but it's not a. What am I thinking of? I don't know. I don't know what word I'm thinking of, but it's not gonna. It's not a huge red flag, I guess. Um, um, so that's a thing. Um, and whenever you try to book something, Airbnb automatically takes that money out, or at least they put it as a pending transaction. And if they don't, if the person doesn't respond to you in 24 hours, they'll cancel the booking. Um, so, but again, because this kind of feels iffy, and it could just be because I'm new to Airbnb and I don't know the whole situations. But sometimes listening to your gut can be good. And worst case scenario, that's not the place I'm going to go to, and then I'm going to have to do some crunch time shit. Who knows? But and especially through the whole New Year's Eve shit. Um, and who knows? Maybe I even end up staying in this place for a month because, like, I talked to the lady who runs it. I don't know. We shall see. But then to help, you know, and then that's sort of a thing that had transpired throughout the day that has crossed over into today, especially because, like I wasn't really feeling the whole sleepy thing, even though like I had woken up early and I was productive. I just wasn't feeling sleepy, and going to bed when you're not sleepy just sucks. And then on top of it, don't talk with your mouth full. I don't fuck myself. I don't Most of that was gibberish. I was basically saying, I'll talk in my mouth if I want to. I don't give a fuck. But anyway, so went to bed, was still mind racing, still didn't really sleep well. Um, get up, didn't have the greatest sleep because again, mind kept thinking about this whole thing. And then, like I said, that was kind of a thing that had just kind of permeated all day. Well, yesterday, while I was doing my laundry on my second comeback, because I was, I tried to, because it had rained, but it wasn't still raining and it was still wet on the ground. I was like, well, I don't want to just grab all of it and then have it to where I end up dumping it all back on the ground and now it's dirty again. But on my second trip, in a very odd, coincidental, almost mirror to when I injured myself back in Alaska, while I was stepping up onto the step, because it's like, it's like a stone foundation patio. And there's steps up, but like the steps to my unit are on that end of it. And so like, okay, let's just turn the camera around real quick. I'm not gonna go outside, I'm gonna go fuck. So we are here. Over there, in front of the window, it's plugged in the wall, I don't wanna go anywhere. So in front of the window, on the outside, is where the laundry machines are. But over here, like out there, is where the step up is. And I'm lazy. And I'm generally pretty dexterous. But for whatever reason, when I stepped up, I didn't get good foothold on the actual like foundation. Slipped off, fell to my right knee. I had to take one of my hands out and stop myself with my right hand. So my right wrist is kind of not feeling great. It doesn't feel bad in that it like there's no, and I can crack this shit. Hi, Philip. Welcome, Philip. You're the first person to ever do anything with this because this is the second stream that I've ever done. I was oh shit. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Philip here's telling me that I seem like an amazing guy, and has binged my videos for the past few hours. All right then. The flattery will definitely get my brain, and he's already left, Uh, Flattery will do everything to me. That's probably the worst thing to me. But I slipped, fell. I landed, but I kind of hit my knee in the ground. Now I've got like a bruise. I can feel it forming. Um, it's still a little tender, and then my wrist is still also pretty tender. Um, and and seeing as I'm 40, and a relatively similar thing happened 7.5 years ago, and I'm still dealing with the injury from that. Who's to say what's gonna happen from this one? Ah, fuck. So, anywho, so there's that too. Yay. Let's add injury slash insult to injury, if you will. Oh, God. So, again, what I've done here, I'm gonna go storage, drop stuff off. It's not January yet, so the socks aren't gonna show up. I don't even know how the hell that situation is gonna go down. I might have to cancel it, which sucks. Because I like the idea of having 12 new pairs of fucking socks. Because like my current socks, while they're good, and yes, they are darn tough and thus have a lifetime warranty on them. There's a number of factors that are involved when it comes to the returns that I don't know anymore, man. Like, I've had them for so long, they still work. It's just now they're starting to tear apart. Um, and I feel like I just kind of want something different. Variety is the spice of life. We should all be able to have nice things. Um, and so I'm going to attempt that. Well, we'll see. I don't know, man. Um, it's it's a thing. Whatever. I don't know. So I gotta wait on the response from the person from Airbnb. And if they don't respond within 24 hours, then I won't be charged. If they do respond, then obviously there's we'll see where that goes. And what else am I thinking of? It's just kind of like, well, and then I also got to, like I said, I got to talk to the driving school and see about getting, if possible, next week, the driving test done. Because that'll make life easier. So we'll see. Um, Meantime, it's like I still gotta pack some of these up. I'm sure, because I'm probably not gonna end up. Well, again, I don't know. I think I've still got like. I have none in the fridge. I guess I could drop those in. Oh wait, no. I have 6 in the fridge. Fuck. That's not gonna happen. But if this place pans out, this upcoming place that is, if it pans out, then on Thursday, when I have to check in, I'll still have the day here and I'll have to check out the next day here. So I can I can take stuff out of the fridge and then take it over the other space and stuff like that. And it's right off of in fact, it's right off of both the Expo and the Blue Lines here in LA, because it's about, I want to say like maybe 5 or 6 blocks away from the Pico stop. Of course, having a car would make the whole damn thing easier, but whatever. And I might just grab a Lyft or an Uber from here to there, um, with like the stuff that I need to store and whatnot. But again, we'll see. I don't know exactly how this is all going to pan out. There's, again, dogs and uncertainty, Uh, I had to, so normally I title this after the fact. I record it all, and then either it's associated with the thing at the very end, or, it's something to deal with kind of an overall running theme throughout the entire episode, I guess you can call it that. But when you do it live, you have to, name it whatever. Now, I could just name it Homelessness 2.0 Live, and then when I'm done, I could rename it. But I try to, I don't know, fuck. I'll figure it out however I want. I mean, obviously, the fewer that I have to do of these, the better. Like that would be the ideal. Now, obviously, it depends on the circumstances. Like if I go to jail and I'm not doing them, that's different than if I'm housed and not doing them. I don't know. So yeah. Also, I was thinking of trolling at some point, and I will. It'll happen. I'm gonna have a troll title in the coming days. It'll be fun, especially when people only see the title and then they don't actually watch the video. Especially if it's on LinkedIn, because I always post these on LinkedIn. I don't always do them the same day. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I end up bulk posting. And I know bulk posting isn't exactly the best way to do it, but I don't give a fuck. I'm not here for the algorithm. I'm here for me because that's what I need. The algorithm isn't what I need. What I need is housing, and it needs to be affordable. Also, speaking of LinkedIn, got 2 messages from 2 people I haven't heard from in a while. One being a lady friend of mine who I literally only knew for 3 days. We met when I was traveling around the U.S. around this time, 10 years ago. We met in Flagstaff. She was getting up to leave, and I'm like, "What? Are you going to leave without us?" And she and I started talking, and then we walked to the nearby hostel that she was booked at. Became fast friends. I mean, there was a level of comfort and connection that I've never had with anybody else, really. Actually, the only other person that I can think of that was that quick was with the recent tattoo artist that I was trying to get in touch with. He's a little, and like her, he's so busy in life, he doesn't have time for texts. It's like, why do I got to deal with these successful people that I'm, attracted to in one capacity or another, and I got to be the loser that I am? So I don't know. Like, you can surround yourself with successful people all you want, but if you think you're a loser, it doesn't matter who you're around. If anything, if you think you're a loser and all the people around you are successful, that may make you bitter. It may make you resentful. I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm not saying that you shouldn't try to surround yourself with successful people, and you may even, as an outside party looking in, talking to me and or dumbasses like me, be like, well, maybe those people like you for some reason. I'm like, yeah, sure, maybe. I don't know what the fuck it is. And even if they tell me, it doesn't mean that I believe them or I even understand what they're saying. But so she had hit me up earlier this morning. It was around the time that I went to sleep because she lives in France. So it's like an 8-hour time difference. So when I'm going to bed, she's waking up. And I think the last time that I spoke to her was either before or just after I first started staying here. It's been almost 2 months. Whereas with the tattoo artist, last time I talked to him was last time I saw him. Now, granted, I have had texts with him, but with the revelations yesterday, with the money and all that stuff, I may not be able to do the tattoo, even though I really want to. But we'll see how that works. And also, speaking of money, a friend of mine from Pasadena City College, who I'm talking to, talking to, what's his name? Christopher Talkin? Um, I have spent time with him on multiple occasions. We met at PCC via Cynthia, I believe. In fact, S SMPTE, which is a union largely for like, okay, think of like SAG-AFTRA, which is a combination now. It used to be two different things, and now they're the same. Um, SAG is the Screen Actors Guild. AFTRA is for like, okay, so SAG is for like movies. AFTRA is for like TV and radio, and voice actors and stuff like that. So it's pretty much all the other stuff that's not film. SMPTE is more along the lines of like kind of the tech people. It's not specifically tech people because like IATSE is another one that's for tech people. Um, oh, I don't know if you heard that, but that felt good. So he hit me up for a voice acting thing. I'm like, well, I don't have the gear. I haven't done anything for 2 years. He's like, well, is that a no? I'm like, it's not inherently a no, but I'm letting you know what you're up against. And there may be other people who are better prepared and more pragmatic as a choice. I don't know. Haven't heard back from him yet. Who knows? We'll see. Um, Phone is overheating. Also, I ended up finally replacing the phone cover, but despite my efforts, it has little particulate, dusty particles. So there's little spots all over the fucking place, and I can't get rid of them. So that's also annoying. So yesterday was mostly unproductive, despite a lot of things happening. And I'm gonna end this because I don't even know if this is actually gonna count as one whole live stream or if it's gonna be like little pieces at the end. So have fun. However, we can do this. Yes, have fun.